Hello, folks. Welcome to the Albert and Billy Show. Christmas episode, Papa.
Christmas episode.
It don't seem like Christmas to me, but it looks like Christmas though outside, of course, because
No
we still
snow?
got the lot
No
of Christmas thing going on. But yes, snow would be nice. It'd be nice to finally get a white Christmas.
But you
I don't
wouldn't
know if
want
I've
too
ever
much.
seen
You
one.
wouldn't want too much.
No, just the right amount. And you're listening to us here on WAT Radio and watch us on Channel 18 BTC Fiber TV and BTC Fiber YouTube. Check us out on there. Get on there and subscribe, folks. Or like. Nice comments. All that good stuff.
How nice you look. Hey, let me tell you. This week, I was in a business and took some brownies to these two ladies that
Oh.
worked there. And one of those ladies said to me, Albert, I watch y'all's show and I enjoy it, but let me tell you, Billy has a voice for radio and television.
No, well, thank you.
And it was Carolyn Knight at the library.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you,
And
Mrs. Carolyn.
I thought, well, I need to remember to tell him that.
Well,
She
yeah.
didn't say a word about my voice, nor my looks, but I'm Albert. This is Billy.
Yeah, and I guess Merry Christmas, everybody.
Yeah, that's,
It's like I said, it looks like Christmas as far as all the decorations because of the light up Christmas that's going on, which that continues tomorrow. We'll talk about that. Papa will be a part of that actually tomorrow. But first, I wish a happy birthday to the following people that had birthdays this week, and it started on Sunday, the 11th. It was Charles Ray Raines' birthday, so happy birthday. Also, happy birthday to Mr. BTC Fiber, Charlie Boring. Happy birthday, Charlie. This was on the 13th, along with Vivian Wooden. So happy birthday, Vivian, as well. And then Jeff Moore celebrated his birthday on the 14th.
he's 49.
Is he?
Every bit of it. Every bit of it.
Happy birthday, Jeff. And today, we have two birthdays. Happy birthday to Miss Lizzie Hurd. Happy birthday, Lizzie. She watches the show.
She calls me Cousin Albert.
Does she? And also happy birthday to David Burns. Happy birthday to Lizzie and David, Jeff, Charlie Boring, Vivian Wooden, and Charles Ray Raines. Hope y'all had a good birthday and are having one right now.
Yes. Paula's will be next week.
Okay, yeah, if you have a birthday next week, folks,
I'm gonna write hers in here
we'll
now.
try
while I'm
our
thinking
best
of
to
it.
get it.
While I'm thinking of it.
Yeah, I know, or we'll forget. That's the way it goes. Well, Papa, I'll be telling you in a minute about what's going on tomorrow here in downtown Pikeville, as it'll be the last event of the Light Up Christmas this year. But they had an event last night that was outstanding. That was really nice. It was awesome what they did last night at the fairgrounds, and had a really, really good crowd.
That's good.
It is, but we think. Well, I've said even last year. I think next year, hopefully they can get a plan B for when the weather is too cold or rainy, because unfortunately it has affected the concerts this year.
I had to call off a movie again.
Yeah, I know. So, I think it would be very beneficial to have some of the events inside, so they don't have to get canceled or, a low turnout because of weather.
Right.
Just an idea, but I think it's a good one. Christmas Eve. This Christmas Eve, folks, there's a candlelight service at Pikeville United Methodist Church, and it will be at 6 o'clock p.m. So
We're going to have one at First Southern, too.
okay, what time is it? Same
I
time?
think it's at 6.
Okay. Candlelight Christmas services are really unique. They are. They're pretty cool looking at. It's just different.
In our bulletin, Brother Jim wrote that it's one of the most blessed services we have in the year. It's kind of special.
That's true. That is true.
Kind of special.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's unique and it's different, but it's really pretty too, isn't it? It's just,
It is.
Yeah, it's
Meaningful.
If you've never been to one, I say go to one, folks. You won't regret it. And it's Papa. It's Papa this time.
That was the church family.
Speaking of them,
They heard me.
no kidding. That's funny. Let's see here. We don't have as many as normal anyway. Announcements. Let's see. I want to make sure. Yeah, tomorrow. Also tomorrow, another thing going on tomorrow, Papa, will be the Plainview Freeville Baptist Church. They're inviting everyone to attend their Christmas singing. It is tomorrow at 6 p.m. and it does feature the Agee family. So come sharing the blessings of this God-given talent as they give praise and music and song. So that's at the Plainview Freeville Baptist Church, which is located just off SR 30 at 275 Plainview Church Road. And let's see, Lee Station Church of God's Chancel Choir, is that what that's?
Chancel Choir.
Chancel Choir will present the traditional 9 lessons and carols, followed by a series of Christmas dramas enacted by the Hands of Grace this Sunday, December 18th. It'll be at 4 o'clock p.m. Fruit bags will be handed out following the presentations. So they welcome you to join them as they celebrate the Savior's birth this Sunday, December 18th at 4 p.m. That sounds like a good one.
Yeah.
What is the Chancel Choir, by the way?
I was going to ask you the same thing. We just have a church choir.
Yeah, I've never heard of that.
I'd say it's your official choir of the church.
Okay, I guess that's what it means.
I don't know.
Oh,
Chancel Choir.
Okay.
But it said something about the 9.
Yeah, the traditional 9 lessons and carols. And it's followed by a series of Christmas dramas. That's interesting. So check it out, folks.
If we only had the old songs that people used to sing, we wouldn't have Mary, Did You Know?
Yeah, I know, and that's turned into a classic now.
That's turned into be a classic.
Yeah, it is. It's a very, very powerful song. Really good song. There's many different versions, but I think the best version is definitely Kenny Rogers and Winona Judd. They're the first ones
Mark
to
Larry
release it.
doesn't do a bad job on it. He's the one that came up with the original one.
Yeah, I think he wrote it, but I think they recorded it first.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and their version is more unique because they use the keyboard. I think that's what makes it a little bit better. The music, really, to it. But
It's
the
a hard
song is
to sing.
Yeah, it is
Hard for me to sing.
It is a hard song to sing, but it is a classic now. That's for sure. Dolly Parton has some good Christmas songs too, don't she?
Yes,
I think country singers are good Christmas songs. Dolly's wrote some good Christmas songs herself. Hard Candy Christmas and there's a lot. I can't think of them all. That's not the only one.
But I think the number one is White Christmas by Bing Crosby.
Yeah, that's definitely probably the biggest classic. Yeah, very popular.
I think I remember the first time he sang it.
Well, Papa, let's talk now about your big shining moment tomorrow.
Tomorrow, really from 12 to 6, the First Baptist Church on Cumberland Avenue out here is going to have, they're going to paint Christmas cookies. And they're encouraging you to come, bring a friend with you when you come. If you're young, if you're old, it doesn't matter. They are encouraging people to participate in this cookie painting contest. It's not a contest. I'm sure you get to keep the cookies. I don't really know. But it's going to be at First Baptist Church on Cumberland Avenue. And if you have any questions to ask, the time is given, 12 to 6. That gives you a 6-hour slot. But you can call Margie at 423-881-3045, and I'm sure Margie will help you with. I've never seen this happen before,
No.
so it's got to be a first. But that's Saturday, December the 17th. Then on the next day, on the 18th, there is going to be at the United Methodist Church a Christmas sing, not a singing. Christmas sing. It's going to be at 6 p.m. That is December the 18th now, and this is the Ministerial Association of Bledsoe County. They're the one that's going to be the beneficiaries of this Bledsoe County Community Food. They're going to
True.
benefit the Bledsoe County Food Bank.
Mm-hmm.
And so they're wanting you to come and be a part of the fellowship and enjoy the singing. There's going to be soups and other treats after the singing is over. So they're encouraging you to come to United Methodist Church right here on Main Street.
Mm-hmm.
Probably just about, not in the center of town, but it's not far away.
Not at all. Not. And then your event tomorrow. We got to talk about that.
Well, now, tomorrow evening at 5:30
Mm-hmm.
here at the Main Street stage, the First Southern Baptist Church Chancel Choir
Yeah. We'll call them that. Yeah.
is going to perform the cantata that we've done at the church last weekend, and it's going to be held here at the Main Street stage. But I would advise you to come to bring something very warm.
I do too. I encourage it strongly, actually.
I would say the temperatures at 5:30 in the afternoon will be close to 35.
I'd say so too.
Maybe 40.
I hope for y'all's sake that it warms
but
up.
the name of the presentation is Noel.
Right.
And I told you last week the word Noel means Christmas.
You did.
And the song in their songbooks is the first Noel. The
That is
first
true.
Christmas
That is
that
true.
was announced by the shepherds, by the angels to the shepherds out in the fields. Unto
Right.
you is born this day in the city of David a Savior, which is Christ the Lord. And that was the first news, the good news,
Yeah.
that Jesus was born.
Yep. And that is a beautiful song.
It is beautiful. I won't sing it.
Thank you. We should mention though that this is like part of the Light Up Christmas event, and it's the last event of this year.
It'll be the last event.
Yes, this closes out the Light Up Christmas event, so definitely come out and support it. Last night though, that was really nice what they did last night.
Well, I say the temperature was probably 15 or 20 degrees
It
warmer.
was, and that, when that happens, you're going to have a bigger crowd, and they did, which is a really good thing.
Yes.
So come out and see Papa tomorrow narrate once again. Noel got good reviews. It really did.
I don't know that there were any raves about the narration, but it was.
There was. I've heard it.
Really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But the singing, "Oh Holy Night" is worth your coming just to hear "Oh Holy Night,"
Yeah.
because when they sing 4 words, "fall on your knees," it thrills my soul, makes me want to get down on my knees.
That is the most powerful part of the song.
Powerful,
Mhm.
powerful.
It really
But
is
there
the
are
best
other
part.
songs in it. There's a catchy tune. Mary was the first one to carry the gospel. She carried the gospel in her womb for
Oh
9
wow!
months.
Yeah,
And
it's a good way to look at it.
some of the men from our church just sings that song, and it's
This is a catchy song.
It's hip music. Hip.
Hip, is it hip? Makes you want to move a little bit.
Well, I think it makes some of our choir members move.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
It's really it's worth coming to.
Yeah, definitely. So come check that out tomorrow, folks. 5:30 right here in downtown on the Main Street stage. And it's trivia time, Papa.
I just happen to have some.
I thought.
Now I'm going to see how well versed you are on Christmas items.
Okay.
This is
Christmas
our
trivia.
Christmas presentation.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
So, who gave us the immortal words that are used at Christmas? Bah humbug.
Ebenezer Scrooge.
Ebenezer Scrooge. That's how we remember that.
Yeah, I mean that's the most
Bah
famous
humbug.
thing
That's-
from that.
He always put them together.
Yeah, he did, and he was a Scrooge, wasn't he? That's your favorite movie?
But his name was Scrooge.
Yeah.
Do you think
Yeah.
maybe the author of that writing did that on purpose?
It makes you wonder. I'm assuming so.
I thought about asking you what his partner's name was, the one of the ghosts that appeared to him.
It's Jacob something. isn't
Jacob Marley.
Yeah.
Very good, Billy. But I didn't have. What is red and white and falls down chimneys?
it? Santa Claus.
Santa I thought that was a cute question, Albert.
Yeah, and easy too. I like it.
Okay, now get this one. What did Adam say to his wife on the day before Christmas?
What did Adam
Say to his
Eve?
wife on the day before Christmas.
I have no idea.
It's Christmas Eve.
That could have been in your jokes.
I don't know how
wasn't
come me to
expecting
think of
that.
that, but I thought that was pretty cute.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Now you better get this one.
Okay.
What name as an elf did Will Ferrell use in the movie Elf? What was his first name?
Man. Oh, and I've seen that movie so many times. I could.
And he does a good job at it too.
He plays. He's funny in that movie. But I can't. Do they say his name a lot in
Yeah.
that movie? Crap.
They called him.
Producer, do you know? I don't remember it.
It was not Albert and Billy,
No. What did they call?
but my friend Blank Kelly. I have a friend named.
Lynn.
No,
dang
not Lynn, but he's in that family.
Oh. Shoot.
They used to have the restaurant up here. He and his wife Betty used to have the.
Oh, Buddy.
Buddy.
That is his name. Yeah, Buddy. I remember
Buddy.
that now. Yeah.
All right,
I like where he tries to
Buddy the Elf.
sit in the daddy's
Now-
lap.
Now I'm
It's
going to
like
get
a lot
pertinent
bigger
right
than-
here.
Do what?
I'm going to get pertinent. What was Scrooge's nephew's name?
Oh, I reckon. I don't even remember Scrooge's nephew. He had a nephew.
He came in and invited him to come and have a meal with him.
Well, his son's name was Tiny Tim, wasn't it? Or is Tiny Tim the nephew?
Tiny Tim was the son of his worker that worked there
Yeah,
with
that's
him,
right. I don't remember the nephew.
Fred.
Shoot.
And he winds up going to his nephew's house after he has the
Dinner.
he goes and visits his nephew.
Oh, okay.
All right, now what character gave us? And he puzzled till his puzzler was sore. What was the name of that character that said that? I mean, he didn't say it, but he puzzled.
The Grinch.
The Grinch.
Oh,
Very good, Billy.
I thought so.
So those two stories, the Scrooge character and the Grinch, both had a transformation of their heart.
They did, didn't they?
They both-
Yeah, that's true.
But those two men that wrote those two pieces of literature
Mm-hmm.
had nothing to do with each other. Yet they both came up with that same
a
thing.
very similar character.
Very
Yeah.
similar. All right. Who was the male lead? And I watched this movie last night.
Did you?
It's the #1 Christmas film of all time. It's a Wonderful Life. Tell
Okay.
me who the male character is. The movie actor that played that
You
part.
want?
He's also in a lot of westerns.
He's in a lot of westerns, and he played in that part.
Yeah.
Does anybody have a clue? I know it's not Bing Crosby.
No, but it
Dang
would
it.
be way before your time because it was made way back in the, I guess, in the 40s. It's a Wonderful Life. His name is Jimmy Stewart.
Oh, okay.
Jimmy
I
Stewart.
said Jimmy Dean.
All right, this is the last one. What gift did the little drummer boy offer Jesus?
Boy, I am striking out at the Christmas tree.
You don't remember the little drummer boy?
I do. I can't remember what he brings to him.
The Magi brought him gold and frankincense and myrrh. And the little drummer boy said, "What can I give to the king? I have no gift to bring, but wait. I do have something I can give him." What did he have with him? In the song, the little
Drum.
his drum. He said in the song, "Shall I play for you
Oh, yeah, that is right.
on my drum?"
That is right.
Mary nodded yes, and he played his best for him, and Jesus smiled at me and my drum.
Mm-hmm. And that's a classic song there too.
It's a classic song, buddy.
There's a lot of really good Christmas songs if you want to really think about it.
Well,
We're talking about White Christmas. That's obviously a big one.
what do you think is the number one song that's sung at Christmas? In churches, let's say.
I don't know. Joy to the World, maybe.
What about Silent Night?
Yeah, those two would be played a lot.
I think that's the original classic.
Probably so. Yeah. I mean, there's probably more than those two that are sung a lot, you know.
Oh, well, I can remember All I Want for Christmas Is My Two
That's
Front
a
Teeth.
good one. That's a good one.
You know what they wanted why they wanted two front teeth?
Well, I can't remember.
So I can wish you Merry Christmas.
That's right. That's right. I forgot about that. And I used to thought when I was a kid, Grandma got run over by a reindeer.
Oh, yeah.
That would always make me laugh. Well, that's
all
Christmas.
That's all of the trivia.
That's pretty tough, but all right, folks, stick around. And coming up after the commercial break, we'll have some sports for you of all sorts. Hopefully, some good news. What will we telling you about Tennessee's upcoming game in the Orange Bowl against Clemson and all the SEC teams that are playing in the postseason?
We've got 8 of them.
Yeah. Definitely more than any other conference.
8 out of 14 teams.
That's
Now,
not bad.
Texas and Oklahoma is going to join in 25.
I don't know. I don't like it, but I don't know.
It's still being batted around, but it's a done deal.
Yeah, I think they need to after this. They need to just leave well enough alone because it's starting to get a little ridiculous.
Well, that's going to open up 2 slots in the Big 12 for some teams to step in there and take their place.
Yeah, if they can do that, it's great. But it's stupid to have teams from 1,000 miles away have to play each other in the same conference. That makes no sense.
The question comes to my mind is there are the 2 powerhouses in the Big 12.
I know.
They could write their own scenarios whenever they wanted to. Why did they want in the SEC?
I don't get it.
If they're number 1 in the Big 12, they won't be number 1.
They won't be in the SEC, and may not ever be.
Well, they might.
They might.
They might supplant Nick Saban.
They might not, though. I don't know. I think it's I don't know. I've never been a fan of this Texas Oklahoma joining the SEC, but we'll talk about all that and more, and of course have some Albertology and jokes as always. So stick around, folks, and we'll see you right after the commercial break. That's all coming up next.
Come right back.
That's right.
Welcome to the Dunlap Mercantile, located in the heart of the beautiful Sequatchie Valley at 15664 Rankin Avenue in Dunlap, Tennessee. Stop in today for some Mayfield ice cream or a cup of community coffee, and if you're interested in renting this venue for your event, call 423-949-2552. Stay tuned to DunlapMercantile.com for concerts and events coming to the Dunlap Mercantile in 2021. God bless.
Welcome back, folks, to the Albert and Billy show here on WAT Radio on Channel 18, BTC Fiber, and BTC Fiber YouTube. Papa, about to get into some sports here. We'll link our sponsors real quickly here. Thank you to each of the following people: Citizens Tri-County Bank, Bilbrey Insurance, Scotty's, the offices of Janine Boynton, Lisa Wheeler, and Michael Walker, Farm Bureau Insurance, Matt Massengill and his friendly staff, Putnam Reed Funeral Home, their neighbors, and Nickel Row Antiques, of course, our closest neighbor.
Yeah.
Morgan Brothers and the Bank Walker Brewery and the venue, State Farm Insurance, Nick Smith and his friendly staff. Go see them. Bill Dam Outdoor Adventures. It's Lola's. We've talked about her a lot on here lately with a lot of Christmas event going on right now. Collier and Company Realty, Michelle Collier. You've seen her on here a couple of times, folks. Remax Cindy Nipper Realtor, Dexter's Barbershop, The Butter Dish, Lee Station Baptist Church, Southern Pearl Florist Home, and Southern Florist. Dang it, I almost had it so good.
You bragged on yourself last week.
I did, I jinxed myself. Southern Pearl Florist Home, Decor and Gifts. There you go. Hilltop Meats right here on Main Street. And Seashore Getaway. Call Adriana, and like we always say, she can plan you a trip to Siberia if you want to. She can go anywhere.
Or Timbuktu.
You can go to Timbuktu, that's right. She can get you there. Well, the bowls officially got underway today, Papa. No SEC teams though yet, but one place tomorrow, Florida.
Yeah, they play Oregon State, right?
Yeah. I don't think much of Oregon. I don't know. I just didn't realize they were that good. They're ranked. I didn't know that until recently. I haven't watched much Pac-12 football this year, though.
I didn't either.
So that's why I don't know, I guess.
But Florida had an up and down season.
Yeah, they're very inconsistent. Very.
They were capable of
beating anybody.
But
yeah.
then at the same time, teams that should not have beaten them turned around and beat them.
They did have some pretty bad losses, like
when Texas
Vanderbilt.
Texas A&M.
Yeah, look at bad. Texas A&M had a terrible year. My goodness. Have they not fired him yet?
Not heard about it.
I can't believe that.
Maybe he knows something on the dean.
Maybe he does, because I still don't see why they had such a bad year. I don't remember reading about many injuries or anything like that.
No. Is that where Jimbo Fisher is? Yeah.
I don't understand
it. I kept thinking I would be reading about Jimbo because I believe he will be relocated.
I do too. Maybe they're going to give him one more year, which is, that's fair. This is his first bad year, so maybe that's what's going on. I don't know. But it's been a really bad year for them.
It's a bad year.
They didn't have a winning record.
No.
That shouldn't have happened.
Well, 6 of our teams out of the Southeastern Conference did not go bowling.
I just didn't think they would be one of them.
If Vanderbilt had beaten Tennessee, they would have.
Yeah, that would be weird to see.
That would have given them 6 wins.
Yeah, you know what, Vanderbilt, congrats. They did improve a lot.
Well,
they usually just get like 2 wins.
But I was surprised with the ease that we conquered them. Because
Yeah, beat 'em
they
bad.
are not an easy foe to fight.
Not this year, especially. So yeah, that's actually a good win this year.
They had a good year for
Mhm.
Vanderbilt.
They really did. And Tennessee blew them out, really.
They blew them out.
And it was, I didn't know if Tennessee would or not because it was after
And
the
I
injury.
thought we would beat South Carolina.
We should have, but that was the worst defense I've ever seen in my life that night. I don't know if Tennessee's ever played defense that terrible. They only forced South Carolina to punt one time. Like, that's crazy.
But that one loss took the luster off our season.
It sure did. And like, it's another ironic thing about them playing Clemson is, you know, the next week South Carolina done the same thing to them. They run their season too. And now Tennessee and Clemson's playing each other.
And
in
now all of a
Martinsville.
sudden, even though South Carolina doesn't have as good a record as Tennessee,
Mhm.
they're basking in the limelight
They
because
are.
they beat Tennessee
They sure
and
are.
Clemson.
Yeah, back to back. That's it. That is impressive.
And I thought their quarterback would actually get the Heisman Trophy because of those two wins.
I know. I was starting to wonder. He peaked at the end of the season. Is what's happened.
Yeah.
He's finally playing up to his potential.
And I saw in that last game that they played, Mr. Beamer's father in the stands, and he was the one that invented Beamer ball.
Okay.
They called the
Virginia
type
Tech.
of football that was played at South Carolina after their coach. They
That's
called
wild.
it Beamer ball. Well, to give him accolades, they passed it on to his son. After those two wins, he now is capable of playing Beamer ball.
It is an effective system that worked very well for Beamer at Virginia Tech for many years.
Yeah.
So South Carolina will probably be a team to be reckoned with for many years to come.
Well, I think this will help his recruiting
It will. Just beating Tennessee and Clemson alone will help recruiting.
because if you've got in-state candidates there for a good football career, wouldn't you? Your parents would rather you stay close to home so they could see you play without having to pay a lot of money to go to Tennessee.
Absolutely.
or
And South
wherever.
Carolina has to, the bad thing for them is they have to compete with Clemson to keep in-state players. Clemson, is recruiting better right now, so that's an uphill battle.
Well, Clemson, they're almost like Alabama in the SEC.
They are. They're dominating the ACC.
One year, Carolyn and I stopped at a fruit stand alongside the road there in South Carolina, in Columbia. And we were just talking to the people that owned it there as we were looking. And they said, "Oh, let me tell you, you should come and be in our store on a Saturday whenever South Carolina plays."
I bet.
He said, "Well, there'll be 65 or 70,000 people come."
Wow.
I said, "Well, we're from Tennessee. We're used to seeing over
That
100,000."
is true. That is true. Knoxville is jam-packed on
And I'm
game
sure
day.
their stand is jam-packed too.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure. And Columbia is a nice town, actually.
Yeah.
It's a nice college town. I've not been to Clemson, so I don't know, but probably the same.
All right, let's get to sports.
Let's get to it.
The Heisman Trophy.
Hello.
Who won the Heisman Trophy?
I didn't watch it, so I do not know.
Caleb Williams,
Which one is he?
South Carolina, USC.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't think he'd have a chance.
I didn't think he'd win it either, but I lost interest after our quarterback got injured because I think he was on track to win it.
Well, I think he was too, but USC, didn't they wind up in the top 4?
Yeah, somehow they must be back to their elite status that they once
Well,
had.
if you got a quarterback, listen, the cog, the key player, the key position on any team, you got to have a quarterback.
And he's good. I just didn't think he'd win the Heisman.
I didn't either. But anyway, that's our Heisman Trophy.
But he did.
Tennessee in football had a player by the name of Cedric Tillman.
Yeah.
Cedric Tillman will not participate in the Orange Bowl this year because he's entered his name in the NFL draft.
Oh, I did not know that. I did not know that.
He's not going to be competing.
I don't like that. I get that they're trying to, keep themselves from getting injured.
They don't get injured.
At the same time, though, you're on a team. You made a commitment the whole year. You should have to play. I'm sorry. It might sound pretty blunt, but it's the truth.
That's true, but I'm sure he's not the only player.
No, he's not. He's not the only player, no. I just think at some point they may have to address that problem.
All right. In football again, a sad note. Mississippi State's head coach,
Yeah. God, I didn't see that
Mike
coming.
Leach, died on Monday afternoon.
Unexpectedly.
And just a day or two before, I had seen them interview him on television.
Gosh, I know. I mean, he was preparing for a bowl game.
Yes, the bowl game that he was going to be involved in he was going to play Illinois in the Quest Bowl, and but more importantly than that, in the confrontation on the in-state rivalry between Ole Miss and Mississippi State. Lane Kiffin is the coach at Mississippi Ole Miss, and Mike Leach outcoached Lane Kiffin.
Oh,
They
so
won Mississippi State won the Egg Bowl.
Okay.
So that
And
was a
shouldn't have,
feather
really.
in Mike Leach's cap.
Yeah, because Ole Miss was favored. Yeah.
In those 21 years that he was on the scene as a head football coach, he spent 10 years at Texas Tech. He spent 8 years at Washington State. Then he stepped into the Southeastern Conference 2 years ago as the head coach at Mississippi State.
And already made them a good team.
Well, let me tell you, not just them. In 21 seasons as a head football coach, he's been to 19 bowls.
Yeah, that's really impressive. He was a really good offensive coach like Tennessee's coach is.
He had the offensive mind.
He did. Texas Tech used to put up some major points.
Well, while he was at Texas Tech for those 10 years, he was the winningest coach that they ever had.
I'm sure they were really good when he was coach. They were fun to watch.
So
too.
he had some quirky ideas. Some of the things he would do were so odd, but what he was trying to do was motivate his team, and he did.
Yeah, it worked. But I just can't believe that, though. I hate that.
It was. He entered the hospital on Saturday with a heart condition, and I don't know if a heart attack got him or not, but evidently a heart attack got him because on Monday,
It must have.
on Monday they were updating his condition, and I heard him say on television that it did not look good, and later that, I think the next day is when I got word that he died on Monday afternoon.
I hate that. Yeah, I think it was a condition that he didn't know about.
It might have been.
Which makes more
If
sense.
he's been head coach for 21 years, you couldn't be a head coach of three different.
No.
Now that's three major universities.
Absolutely, yeah.
He might have spent some time at smaller states, mid-majors, before he got into the.
Yeah,
I don't know.
it's possible.
But anyway, he had a brilliant football mind.
Yeah, he did.
And he would not have had any trouble getting if. Sadly, it took him this many years to get into the Southeastern Conference. I have a feeling that most coaches view this as the utopia to be a coach in the Southeastern Conference.
Yeah, they should anyway.
Well, I think you get to play against some of the greatest football minds in sport, and then at the same time, the crowds of the schools that you go to. They're tremendous.
Yeah, the best in the country.
The best in the country.
That's true.
But with his death coming so close to the bowl preparation for Mississippi State, they have decided they will go ahead and play in that game. It's January the 2nd.
Yeah, those. Who do they play? I'm not sure about
Illinois.
Yeah, that's right. They'll be motivated. I say they will mop the floor with Illinois.
I believe they will.
Yeah.
And while we're on the subject of football, Tennessee's Jalen Hyatt won the Fred Biletnikoff Award.
Yeah, I was glad to see that. He deserved
That's
it.
big time stuff.
Yeah, well,
Fred
he's had a
Biletnikoff.
big time year.
But I remember Fred Biletnikoff. They named that trophy after him.
Yeah, right. So he had to be really good.
Back in the 50s, the Philadelphia Phillies had a good team. They were known as the Whiz Kids. One of the
I've heard
men
that.
that played on that team, his name was Kurt Simmons. He died this week at 93.
Oh, okay.
93.
And they were called the Whiz Kids. Cool.
They were called the Whiz Kids. That was back in the 50s. I was
I've heard that expression,
teenager.
or I've heard the Whiz Kids before. I don't know if it was them, but I've heard it.
I don't know that the Phillies have ever attained that magnitude of a team since then, but
I'm
back
gonna go out on
then.
them and say no. Seems
Okay.
like they've not been good in a while.
On the local scene, our basketball hardwood players,
Yeah,
they have a 3-1 record right now.
yeah, the boys do. They're off to a good start.
The girls are not doing as well.
No,
I don't think they've won a game yet.
no.
But Mr. Dickens has the wherewithal.
The
With,
boys are off to they're playing good.
well, 3-1, and they play Dunlap tonight.
And they beat Dunlap last week.
They beat Dunlap last week, and they have a win over South Pittsburgh,
Yep.
and they have a win over. Let's see, Ray County gave them the loss. They have one loss.
Yeah. Ray County's good though.
Whitwell, South Pittsburgh,
Yeah, they beat
and
Whitwell.
Sequatchie County.
Yeah.
And then they play Sequatchie County again tonight.
Which is unheard of, like we talked about last
That's
week.
so close together.
I don't
understand that.
don't understand that really, but it's never happened before that anybody can remember. But you can listen to that game. It's in Dunlap. You can listen to it here on WAT tonight, folks, if you want to. Tip off is at 6:00, and Mike Smith will have the call for you.
There's a lot of things in life that I don't understand. I don't want to give the implication that sports is the only thing that I'm ignorant on. But I'm no sports guru by any means. But you know, when back here, about 3 or 4 years ago, I was with a lady. Her name was Patricia Nail, and she would always listen to our program, and she'd say, "How do you know all that stuff?" Because she knew me. She didn't know that I read the newspaper.
You've heard that. You've heard that a lot, because I've heard that a lot.
Yeah.
I've been asked that a time or 10. Trust me.
All right. We're ready for Albertology?
We're ready as
That's
we'll
all
ever
the sports
be.
I have.
Well, we should now. Tennessee boys are having a great year so far in basketball, though.
But I don't have a newspaper.
Well, they've not played much, but they did win the last one.
They're 6-1, I think.
Yeah, ever since they lost to Colorado, they have exploded. And
They should not have lost to Colorado.
No, they
They
look
beat
bad.
Kansas.
Yeah, they played great in that one. The Lady Vols are
They're
improving now. I mean, they got off to a very bad start.
Yeah.
Didn't really realize all the obstacles that have been standing in their way, though. They have had some really tough injuries.
Injuries, I think, is. Let me tell you, if injuries sidelines one key player,
Mhm.
you are subject to a minus in the scoring column.
That's exactly right, and it affected them a big way. Horston was out, but she's back, and they're improving now with her. But they did have a big loss with Key. Tamara Key's out for the rest of the season.
Well,
With,
haven't they lost about 4 games?
Yeah. Oh, they had a losing record but now they've won 3 in a row, I think.
Well,
So they have a win record now, but they're having to learn to play without Key now after getting Horston back. Then they lose Key, who is a 6'6" center.
you don't have many tall girls.
No. So she's out for the season
I think
with blood clots.
I think that's one reason Griner lasted as long as she did is because of her height.
Yeah. A Key will I think she's already set the blocking record at Tennessee. She can block shots like
Yeah.
crazy. So yeah, I just thought I'd mention them. before we went to Albertology.
All right. Did you know that in 1903, that was the first year that electric lights were ever put on a Christmas tree?
No, I didn't know that.
But you weren't born in 1903.
Well, no. That is interesting, though, isn't it?
But I know we did not have electricity when I was a boy, because I can remember getting my lessons at school
Candlelight.
by lamplight. We had a coal oil lamp
Mm-hmm.
with a globe, and if you turned the wick up too high, you'd blacken the globe.
Wow.
So you'd want to turn the wick up higher so you'd have more light,
Mm-hmm.
but in getting more flame inside that globe, you made it black.
Wow.
So you would get as close to the lamp as you could on the table so you could get your lessons. And I can remember when Daddy wired our house for electricity, we had a wire hanging down from the ceiling and one bare bulb, naked, no globe or anything. That was our electricity.
That was that when, reckon? When you think?
I don't know what
40s.
year, but I don't know what year, but I can remember working on lessons when I was a
Okay.
kid. But listen, when we built our house in 1962,
Mm-hmm.
uh,
You had it then.
yes, but Daddy wired my house for electricity.
Oh, okay.
He subcontracted for Clinton Brown hired him to wire our house for electricity while his men were doing other work on the house.
That's pretty good.
That's neat.
He must have known what he's done.
He learned.
Yeah.
I have some gift suggestions for Christmas.
Give suggestions. Okay.
I want
Money.
Listen,
Okay.
a gift for your enemy is forgiveness.
Yeah, it is.
For your opponent, tolerance.
Mm-hmm.
For your friend, give him your heart.
Mhm.
To a customer, offer them service.
Yeah.
To all, give charity. To every child, provide them with a good example. And
Those are
for
all
yourself, give yourself respect.
Wow. That's really good.
Those are Christmas suggestions. I also have
like
a quotation from Irma Bombeck. Do you remember Irma Bombeck?
Apparently not.
Irma Bombeck was I guess you could call her a comedian in essence, but she also was a writer. She wrote a lot. And this is what she said. There's nothing sadder in the world than wake up on Christmas morning and not be a child.
No, so true.
That's true. Not be a
Wow.
child. Not be a child.
Man, that is very true.
I have a suggestion for all parents for next year. For next year. Wrap some gifts using boxes stuffed with newspaper, but wrap them up like they're Christmas presents
Mm-hmm.
and store them in the closet. And write your child's name on the box so they'll know that's their next year's gift.
Good
Then-
luck hiding it, though.
Then, during the year, anytime they get rowdy or
Oh.
disrespectful, won't do what you say to them, take one of their gifts and take it outside in the yard and burn it.
That is smart.
Get their attention.
That's a genius move there.
They will not want a second gift burned up.
No way.
This is what Dennis the Menace said about
Oh
Christmas.
man, I forgot about that show. That was a funny show.
Dennis the Menace, well, he was in the comic strips. Well, I
Oh,
guess he
really?
still is.
Okay,
I don't get a paper anymore.
I didn't realize it was in comic strip.
Dennis the Menace is talking to his pal Joey,
Mm-hmm.
and this is what he says. I know a kid who stopped believing in Santa Claus, and all he got for Christmas was clothes.
Yeah, that's very true as well.
I read the book, A Christmas Story, every year. I've already read it in November.
That's the one about Scrooge.
Okay.
No, wait, no, that's a Christmas Carol, isn't
Christmas Carol. It's not Scrooge. It's Ebenezer Scrooge.
it? Yeah. A Christmas Carol. Well,
Yeah.
you said a Christmas story, so that's what threw me off. But a Christmas Carol, so we are talking about Scrooge here, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
But this is what the author said when he wrote the book. For it is good to be children sometimes, especially at Christmas, when the mighty Creator himself was a child.
Oh, I like that.
That is strong.
That is.
Well said, Mr. Charles Dickens.
Definitely.
A Christmas Carol was written and published in 1843.
Yeah, I forget how old that story is.
He died at age 58.
Oh, yeah.
In
I forgot how young
1870.
he died, too.
So thank you for a classic that is beautiful, even though it's 179 years old.
Yeah, well, it's timeless.
And it's been made into several movies.
Oh, yeah, and they're good, too.
I watch one of those movies every year.
Yeah, I do, too. I seems like I see that every year, and I'll end up watching it.
Can you ever remember writing Santa Claus a letter?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
What did you tell him you were a good boy? Or did you tell him
course.
what you wanted for Christmas?
Of course, you have to.
Well, there is a place in Alaska called North Pole.
Yeah, that's so cool. Yeah.
Every year, the United States Postal Service delivers mail, and the mail is addressed to Santa in the North Pole.
They get tons of Christmas mail in that town.
So the men that work in the post office there in North Pole, Alaska, they open up every letter and write back every child. And they
That's
assign
awesome.
their names, such as Tinsel or Jingle Bell.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And last year they mailed back over 10,000 letters.
Wow, that's time consuming.
And those were to children all over the world.
Yeah.
How they financed that, there is an Air Force base nearby, and those men that that are there serving their country, they send donations to pay them for the postage to send that back.
Wow.
And their paper.
I like that.
That is beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I've seen that town on TV before.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I think it was a Travel Channel. It is. I mean, they've definitely cashed in on the Christmas theme. Very smart, because it's not a big town,
But they're not making any money out of it.
I don't know. I mean, it's a small town, but they have to be making some money because it's a tourist destination now.
Oh, I hadn't thought of that. But
Yeah.
I'm saying the donation from the Air Force base.
No.
All right.
But I was just gonna say, it's just a neat. Look, it was neat to see it. Like it does look like a Christmas. You know, it's like it don't even seem real. You know what I'm saying? It looks like the North Pole that you would think it would look like. I think it's really smart on their part. They have that name, so why not?
I can't remember ever writing Santa a letter.
You gotta be kidding me.
I don't remember. But I remember one year for Christmas I wanted a football. I told you this. And I didn't get. I got a storybook. But the next year, boy, let me tell you, Santa Claus. He went way down in my estimation.
Yeah, I bet.
After I got I mean, it was a book, and you think I wanted to read that darn book?
No.
No.
No
Storybook,
way.
a storybook. And the next year I got a rubber football. All right, listen to this. My two granddaughters had a visit from Santa, and it was their son-in-law's coworker that came.
Right.
And Santa asked the 2-year-old, "What do you want for Christmas?" Before the little 2-year-old could give an answer, her 4-year-old sister said to Santa, "She wants me to have a Barbie doll."
That's smart.
That was smart. But you know,
I like that.
I still get to, I every once in a while I have an opportunity to tell someone that Barbie's last name is Roberts. And
Yes,
they still don't believe me. They say, "How?" And then whenever they do buy into it, they say, "How did you know that?" I said, I read it many years ago, and I never have forgotten it.
Yeah. Well,
Because
of course
anybody
not.
wants to check
Of course not.
Anybody wants to check it up, all they got to do is read.
Oh
on
yeah,
television.
it's yeah. Or go online and find it. That's her name,
Funds.
Barbie Millicent or something like. What's
Her name is Barbara Millicent Roberts.
Yeah, I thought that's what it was.
She's about 60 years old now.
That talk about a classic there, man.
Emily Howell told me that she has every Barbie doll that she could get when she was a kid still in the box.
Wow, she could make her some
She could make some money off
that. Mm-hmm.
Okay, there's this lady, her name was Jo, J-O, and she had a 5-year-old boy. His name was Tinker. Tinker wanted a yellow bicycle for
Did
Christmas.
she hate her kid or something?
No.
They
That's
name
what-
it Tinker.
Tinker.
It's just wrong.
Did you ever know a Tinker?
I did not.
Well, Bill Thomas had a son. That's what they called him, Tinker.
Was it a nickname? Maybe.
I guess it was a nickname.
Okay.
I don't really know, but that's all I ever knew him.
Right. No, I
Smart.
do not know any person named Tinker. No.
Well, anyway, Joe had a 5-year-old boy, and his name was Tinker. Living with Joe was her sister. Her sister had a 5-year-old boy, and her sister was going to buy her 5-year-old boy a red bicycle for Christmas.
Oh.
Well, Joe and her husband were having a hard time financially. They were not going to be able to buy their little boy, Tinker, a bicycle. And he kept saying, I want a yellow bicycle for
I
Christmas.
can't get past this name.
Well, her son. And her son kept saying to her,
Oh,
Mom, don't worry about it. Santa will take care of it.
But-
Santa will bring
right.
me my bike. And she was trying to teach him that he might not get his yellow bike.
Right.
And he kept saying, oh, yes, I will, because I told Santa. Well, anyway,
wow.
Joe's mother comes for a visit. Joe tells her mother what's going on.
Okay.
Her mother says, that kid's got to have a bike. If there's a 5-year-old boy that lives in the house going to get a bike, this 5-year-old boy living in the same house got to have a bike. So
Yeah,
she shelled
yeah.
out the money and gave it to Joe and said, go and buy that boy a bike.
Absolutely.
And it was late. So they called and tried to find a place where they could find a bicycle. And they finally got hold of a place, and they asked the man if he had any boys' bikes left. And he said, well, I've just got one, but it's yellow.
Wow. What about that?
That's what they wanted.
Yeah, that's perfect. And the last one left.
And the last one.
Well, good for you, Tinker.
All right. Some jokes now, that's all I ever lost.
Yeah. I'm glad Tinker got his bike. It's like, I can't believe
you-
this man named Tinker.
Can you remember getting a bicycle?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think anybody forgets that.
I don't know how old I was, but at some point my mother and daddy bought my brother and me together a used bicycle. Guess who got to ride that bicycle the most?
I'm going to say Buster.
He was 2 years older than me.
What were they thinking?
They bought
They had to know that's what was going
They
to
bought a
happen.
used bicycle from my uncle Jack.
Hmm.
Gave him $50 for Western Flyer bicycle that my brother rode. All right.
Poor Papa.
I never did have a bike.
Oh, wow.
Buddy, you were talking about Buddy Kelly a while ago? Buddy Kelly's sister, Sarah Elizabeth, had a bicycle, girl's bike.
Yeah.
And so every time Buddy would want to go riding his bicycle, I lived right next door, but I didn't have a bike to ride, but his sister would let me ride her girl's bike.
Well, at least she let you.
That's the kind of childhood I had. I got a storybook for Christmas and no bike.
Oh, God, that's funny.
You didn't realize what a hard life I had, did you? This is
wow.
this is humor off the internet.
Oh, it's going to be crazy then.
To err is human. To point it out with glee is internet.
That's the truth.
To err is human, to forgive divine is the way it's supposed to go. All right.
That is true, though.
My husband cannot activate our Amazon Echo. I don't know what an Echo is. Because he keeps forgetting. Oh, my pastor and the men from the jail, they'll, whenever we come to the Bible study to a question nobody answers, they say, Alexa, what is it? And Alexa always gives them an answer. I found this on the internet. But he keeps forgetting Alexa's name. So this is what they told him to help him think of it. Think of the car Lexus and add an A at the other end.
Yeah.
That's all you got to do. So the next time he wanted to use our new toy, Alexa, he looked a bit puzzled, and then he remembered what it was that they just said add an A. So he said Acura. Bless his heart.
Poor guy.
A few weeks back, I went to the hardware store and bought an axe to use on an overgrown shrub. I put the axe in a bag and went down a few stores to the grocery store where I bought 2 bottles of wine.
Okay.
As the clerk placed the wine into the bag, he spotted the axe. And then he said, "This has all the markings of an interesting weekend."
He was up to no good.
Service in the restaurant was abysmally slow. My husband was starting to flip out, so I tried to distract him with small talk. You know, I said, our friend Christy should be having her baby any time now. Really? My husband snapped. She wasn't even pregnant when we walked in here. Now that's a long time.
That's good. I like that one.
I love the self-checkout aisle at my supermarket. I went to the dollar store at McCrossville the other day.
Yeah.
And I could not find a place to be checked out. Everything was self-checkout.
Oh, that's not good. No.
I finally found 2 girls, and I said to them, "Is there any place that you can check me out?"
Yeah.
She said, "Well, yes."
Well, then do it.
I said, "Well, show me where to go."
Exactly.
Little cubby hole.
Oh, wow.
I mean, I never would have found it. No counter. Just a little cubby hole.
That's odd.
But anyway, she waited on me. Anyway, the self-checkouts that's getting to be the thing.
It shouldn't be, though. But
No, it shouldn't
it goes
be,
back
but-
to a lot of other things, but it's just, all it's doing is taking people's jobs away from them. That's all it's
No,
doing.
what that's doing is somebody that's making money is realizing that they don't have to hire a man to do it, that they'll let the customer wait on themselves.
But it's my point exactly. You just proved my point.
When we sold out the grocery store to the Goodletts in 1982, we had a delivery service. People could call us on the telephone and we'd take their order over the phone. We would get that order up for them. We would deliver it to them for free. We had a man someone that answered the phone and got their order up for them. We had a man that drove the truck to deliver that groceries to them free of charge.
Wow.
The first thing the Goodletts did,
Take it away.
they analyzed all that and they said, we'll do away with the truck, we'll do away with the man, and we'll do away with the phone calling in, because we can't deliver the groceries to them. So why call?
True.
So they erased some of the overhead.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, they did. They did.
Okay. The only problem comes at the self-checkout is when I leave an item on the scanner too long and the robo voice squalls, "Please move your whole milk," or whatever it is, to the bagging area. Ordinarily, I just ignore it, but on my last shopping trip, I moved fast when the voice began shouting, "Please move your pork butt."
I guess he thought it was saying, "Please move your fat butt."
When I married Carolyn,
Oh yeah.
she had two brothers, Joe and Eddie Clyde.
Mhm.
Joe was working there.
Was a pistol now.
Joe was working at the store there one day in working in the meat department, and his mother was shopping in there at the time, and somebody had come in, and Joe was waiting on them, and they wanted a ham butt, and Joe said, "Well, we don't have any ham butts right now," and his mother heard him and said, "Joe, quit talking like that."
Mom May, right? That's funny.
Yeah.
One more.
When I stepped on the scale at my doctor's office, I was surprised to see that I weighed 144 pounds. I can't remember when I weighed 144. I weigh 200 now. "Why don't you just take off that last 4? I joked to the nurse's aide as she made a notation on my chart, 144. So a few moments later, my doctor came in and flipped through the chart. And the doctor said, "I see you've lost weight. You just weigh up 14 pounds now."
She done what he asked, didn't she?
She took off the last 4.
She sure did.
All right, I'll
That's
quit.
pretty good. That's pretty good. Those are good. And well, the one you said in the Christmas trivia, one that sounded like a joke. It was a joke. It could have been.
These could have been jokes.
They really could have been. Well, folks, we want to thank you for joining us for our Christmas episode today. And just remind you, don't forget about First Baptist Church's event tomorrow, 12 to 6 p.m. As Papa said, bring a friend, bring a neighbor, young, old, and everyone in between are encouraged to participate. And that's here on Cumberland Avenue. And then you can come see Papa tomorrow at the Christmas Cantata, 5:30 at the Main Street stage. So
I won't have on the red vest. I'll have on as heavy a coat as I've got.
You better. So come check that out, because remember, it's the last event of Light Up Christmas for this year. So come check it out tomorrow, folks. 5:30 p.m. It's right here at the Main Street stage, right?
And the singing is beautiful.
Yeah. You're not kidding. I've heard a lot of
Almost
stuff about
professional.
it.
Really, we've got some
good.
talented voice. And
A
listen,
lot of people have bragged about it. No kidding.
we had some people that read about it in the Bledsonian, and some people from other churches came to our church,
that's right. Yeah.
and just to sing that cantata.
I forgot about that.
We
That's
have
right.
some guest singers.
And they were good. They're good.
They were good too.
Well, come see for yourself, folks, tomorrow. Can't they?
Yes, it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
And remember, folks, if you don't make it done up tonight and you want to listen to the ball game, tip-off is at 6 p.m. And we appreciate you joining us today for our Christmas episode. And we'll see you guys next time for another all-new episode of the Albert and Billy Show. Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas.
Happy New Year. Hey folks, Albert and Billy here. You're watching us on Channel 18, BTC Fiber. Check us out on BTC Fiber YouTube channel. Be sure to subscribe and like. And check out our Facebook page. Be sure to like and share. Thanks everybody for watching.